The Netherlands is one of the world's leading producers of eggs. Every year, almost 10 billion eggs are produced. The bulk of these, 2/3, are exported. The Netherlands owes its position to the special controlled quality of the eggs. Most eggs are produced in accordance with the rules of the IKB quality scheme. With IKB, or Integral Chain Management, the poultry sector guarantees the quality and safety of its products. The system guarantees checks throughout the total production chain. It also incorporates a range of rules on traceability, animal welfare, quality, and administration. All of the packaging materials and the eggs themselves are marked with a printed code. So we know exactly where the egg comes from. We follow the egg from the supermarket through the production chain back to the source. The code leads us to a packing station. People from the packing station collect the eggs from a number of poultry farmers. The packing station sorts the eggs by quality and weight and packs them for export. Most packing stations are also IKB recognized. Name, address, farmer's registration number, production date, and farming system are known for each consignment. The pallets of eggs are handled in the packing station in a hygienic, largely automated process. The pallets are unpacked by robots and the trays are placed on a conveyor belt. The eggs are picked up and first sorted by quality. For this purpose, they are candled. This means inspecting the eggs using light. Cameras record whether the egg is whole and clean. They are also tested for hairline cracks by means of sound waves. Eggs that don't meet the grade are rejected. The eggs are weighed in the machine and classified by size: small, medium, large, and extra large. The machine packs the eggs into boxes. In addition to the size and grade, the consumer packaging also bears the name and registration number of the packing station, the number of eggs in the packaging, and the best before date. And this is how they ultimately go to the supermarket. On the laying bird farm, the eggs are collected automatically by conveyor belt systems. In the central hall, they are assessed visually and damaged eggs are discarded. After that, the eggs on this IKB farm are printed. As a result, it's always possible to tell which farm and which farming system the egg has come from. The Netherlands provides the consumer with every possible guarantee as to the origins of the egg. Therefore, in the event of an emergency, effective action can be taken immediately. A driver from the packing station collects the eggs from the laying farm. Each pallet of eggs is labeled with full details of the laying farm and the eggs. Not all eggs go to the supermarket. Around a quarter of Dutch eggs go to the egg product industry. These companies produce raw materials for the food industry or special products such as shampoo. Egg products are incorporated into sauces, confectionery, pasta, salads, desserts, and meat products. Depending on the application, they may be liquid egg products, possibly in concentrated form, egg powders, boiled and shelled eggs, and protein crystals. The food industry also uses eggs from the different farming systems. The eggs are broken by machine under strict hygiene conditions. This ensures that bacteria are not given a chance. After the eggs have been broken, there are separate whole egg, egg yolk, and egg white streams. Egg products from the Netherlands are known for their high quality, especially in the area of food safety. Here too, quality is based on a comprehensive tracking and tracing system and systematic monitoring in the in-house laboratories. All equipment and tanks used are constantly cleaned and disinfected. Further on in the production process, the egg products are pasteurized. This heat treatment guarantees a microbiologically safe product. The pasteurization process is guaranteed by sampling and testing the pasteurized egg products. Egg products leave the factory in liquid or dried form. Whole eggs, yolks and whites can all be dried. This is usually done in a drying tower. Egg white is dried unpasteurized and is then heat treated. The egg powder is stored at a temperature of 70 to 75 degrees Celsius for a number of weeks. The Dutch egg product industry supplies around 70% of its egg products to foreign customers. This makes the country one of the largest producers of fresh egg products in the European Union. Finally, the egg products are labeled with full details of the contents, country of dispatch, factory codes, shelf life, and storage temperature. End products in powder form leave the factory in foil and boxes. Liquid egg products are usually transported in tank lorries. And so the eggs in processed form continue to the next stage of the production chain. The code on the eggs indicates which farm the eggs come from and in which farming system they were produced. That means how the chickens were kept. 0 is an organic egg. 1 is a free-range egg. 2 is a barn egg. 3 is a cage egg. The last two figures indicate the specific stable the eggs come from. Eggs with code 0 are laid in an organic farm. The laying hens have access to an open-air run. Their feed is largely organic in origin. A code 1 egg was produced by free-range hens, which also have access to an outdoor run. Poultry farms with birds that have outdoor access are inspected 4 times a year for AI, avian influenza. This is done by means of blood samples, which are tested by the laboratory. Barn eggs are marked code 2. These come from laying hens that are kept in barns in which the birds are free to move about. A variant of the barn system is the aviary system, which consists of multiple tiers. The hens can scratch about freely on the floor of the barn and also flutter between the different tiers. Code 3 stands for an egg from caged hens. Cage eggs are laid by hens housed in groups of 3 to 5. This system is to be discontinued in the Netherlands from 2012. The successor to the traditional cage system is the enriched cage system, where the birds have more living space. The enriched cage system consists of cages on various levels, each with large groups of laying hens. Eggs from this system are classed under Code 3. The cage contains a laying nest to which the birds can retire to lay their eggs. The health of the birds is monitored closely by the farmer and his veterinarian. With the right feed, a perfect house climate and optimum care, laying hens perform best. Most Dutch eggs come from barn farms. The Netherlands is leading the way in Europe with alternative housing systems. In the barn system, at least a third of the surface area must be covered with litter. It should stay nice and dry so that the birds can scratch around healthily. The climate in the poultry house is also vital to the health and welfare of the birds. The houses are built by highly specialized Dutch firms which also enjoy a good reputation in other countries. Computers ensure the ideal temperature and humidity. The combination of correct temperature and optimum ventilation produces the best results. The health of the birds is of top priority in Dutch poultry farming. The bird's feed also has an important effect on their health and on the quality of the eggs. The feed consists mainly of a mixture of grains, corn, soya, tapioca, and limestone granules. The feed entering the farms is checked systematically. IKB farms receive feed with a GMP Plus certificate. The feed companies provide guarantees of its quality and composition. The feed must be free from salmonella. The Netherlands is leading the way in Europe in the control of salmonella. Salmonella control is regulated by law in the Netherlands. The number of cases of infection is kept down, for example, by hygiene measures such as the cleaning and disinfection of farm buildings, monitoring on the arrival of young birds, the exchange of information, and measures in the event of infection. The poultry farmer checks for possible cases of salmonella infection. He walks through the poultry house wearing overshoes and feces stick to them. The overshoes are tested by recognized laboratories. The poultry farmer obtains the young birds from a rearing farm where they have first been reared for 16 to 17 weeks until they start to lay eggs. The farmer checks that the birds are growing well and are healthy. The Dutch poultry sector has a registration system that is unique in the world. It applies to all stages of the poultry production chain. It identifies exactly where the birds come from. From birth, all flocks of birds and the movements of young and adult chickens are recorded. This means that, in the event of a disease or another emergency, immediate action can be taken. Every farm receives systematic visits from specialized vets for consultation and advice. The rearing farm obtains the chicks from the hatchery. The Netherlands is the world's largest exporter of hatching eggs. After the eggs have hatched, the chicks are checked immediately. Even before the eggs are hatched, tests are carried out to determine the risk of an unexpected infection. So, the care that goes into the eggs we eat starts even before the chicken is born. And so, via the tracking and tracing system, it's possible to go back from the shop to the source of your eggs, the Netherlands. The health of humans and animals has top priority in this chain. It is to this system that the Netherlands owes its international reputation as a supplier of healthy, safe, and tasty eggs.